What a great joy to go beyond the conscious level of the mind and traverse the entire level of the conscious mind and reach to the superconscious level of the mind through meditation. And as you go through the stars on your way there, you go through the entire universe. And everything is so beautiful. Everything is radiant and luminous. Everything is so radiant, so luminous. The stars sparkle as you can never see them from down here. Millions and millions of galaxies and planets. And you survey them all. And as you go through, your heart gets filled with so much bliss, so much ecstasy, so much joy. It is ineffable, indescribable. And when you reach the highest level of the relative, which we call the superconscious level, and from that perimeter, you see the entire universe functioning. And then you still go beyond that, and you go and become one with that source that gives a sustenance to the whole universe. And when you become one with the force that gives a sustenance to the whole universe, you become totally one with the impersonal God, who is that divine energy. And it is that divine energy that makes the world function. In the universe there's always contraction and expansion, or else it will not be able to function. But in that area beyond the superconscious level of the mind, from the personal God, which is forever in motion, you go beyond that state into the state of total motionlessness. And that is the impersonal God from which the entire universe has been manifested. And then, reaching there, the bliss becomes greater, and the source is bliss. We call it bliss for want of a better word, even far beyond that. To experience the total oneness with God. It is really wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. And then because you have a mission to perform, you do not feel like coming back. Really. You have a mission to perform and you come back the same way you have gone. Through all the beauty at a higher stage, and then through all the dirt of the lower stages, and you come back into the forest. And you look around you, and you see this, and you ask yourself, why must I see these sufferings? And then an inner voice tells you, you have to see the sufferings, and you have to suffer with them in order to understand their suffering. Not only see the sufferings, but to understand the suffering and do the best you can to alleviate those sufferings. And that is your mission. The inner voice tells you that. So you come back, don't you? And come back. to do the best we can to help humanity towards peace and joy in this very, very turbulent world, a world filled with turmoil, agony, and sometimes, one could say, nearly to the end of its own extinction. And that is the time we have to come back to help. Okay. You will help me, won't you? Now, many of you have had experiences. Then tell me whatever you've experienced so that I could tell you what it actually means. The lull before the storm. That's the usual case. Usual case when one person starts and the next one starts. Jamie?
I absolutely. Very soon after you went into meditation, I heard a big topic regarding the change and the features of the change. The great light became surrounded with the white light and started to turn yellow, and the people on the started to get very awkward. The other thing that happened was that I closed my eyes for 2 hours sleep, and it was sort of an incredible experience of these really beautiful changing patterns. And then the other thing I could see was sort of like that darkness with absolute silence. And I had that after a while, and then my eyes would look at through the oh, yes. And the other thing that I saw was that virtually the entire face was appearing from just your eye.
Very good, very good, very good indeed. When a person goes into that state of nirvikalpa samadhi, he has to go through all the lifetimes he's lived and go through the different phases. You saw those different lifetimes that I had lived. The light you saw emanating was the light that I emanate all the time. And the emanation, as I said, the room gets filled with this divine energy, so that emanation that comes through me covers everyone. The patterns you saw were the patterns as I was traveling through the universe. And those are the kinds of patterns you see, because everything is patterned, put into a system. And what was the last one?
The blackness.
Ah, yes, that infinite space. That is the time when you leave the universe altogether and become that one energy, the source, which is totally empty. We cannot even call it space, because space has limitations. So therefore the word, the infinite, is the better word, but for the sake of description and language is very limited. So we have to use the word space. Beautiful experience, very good. Partly you're traveling with me, I think. Good, next.
The face of my soul, the face of the lifetime, but suddenly is feeling dark or left.
Aha, good. Very good.
The face on the after this was with the God of love, behind love ever existed.
Spiritual.
And I thought of a challenge in good.
Yeah. The bridge. Cross that bridge and enter the light you saw. Because God, love, and light are by the same. There is a Sanskrit prayer that says, Asatoma Satagamaya, lead me from untruth to truth. And it goes on saying, Agnayame, Jnanagamaya, Jyotirikara, Tamasoma, Jyotirgaya. Lead me from darkness to light. What is meant by that light? You lead me from the darkness to light. And so, what you saw was not the physical body, but what you saw was the inner self. That everyone has the light. The truth, divinity is within everyone. Cross the truth. Steadily you won't fall. You shall be holding your hand. I won't let you stumble and fall. No? Barbara?
So I got to the feel, the big body mind. I feel more than anything. And after that person, in the room, the camera was sorry. I felt sort of like all the targets took off. And I thought
The sudden burst of energy you felt coming from me enlivened all your chakras. They speeded them up. The vibratory rate was speeded up. And if you felt that energy, and it was being all so sudden, you got a little bit headache. Just come and let me touch it, and you go away. Don't be afraid, you're my daughter. Yeah, fine. You'll be okay in a moment. Okay? There you are. Yes. Come on, don't hurt. Over there. If you stand and sit, then because you're at the back, then most people can hear you. If you're in front, it'll be different. Okay?
everything when I go around it, and the people in front of me all go have squeezing hair.
Ah, beautiful.
And everything has got to be within my vision, seems to be waving. And I go into kind of, the only way I can try to kind of like enable sending a photograph.
Uh-huh.
And don't go with the around.
Yes. That since I went with my guru into this first samadhi, at the age of about 15, I think it was, he did it for 2 hours, within it seemed like 2 minutes. And when I opened my eyes, everything was covered in gold. And look now, everything, everywhere I go, everything is just covered in a golden haze. So what you saw was that spiritual energy emanating from me, which occultists call an aura, a golden aura. That is very good. And the motion you saw, that's of course the motion of the universe as I was going with it. Very good story. And this golden energy or aura extends far and wide. So therefore you saw it all around the people in front of you. There was this thing. Do you have to say anything, my child? Say something. Say, I love you. Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Say, I love you. Look, that young man will say, no, you. What do you think, you're an old man? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I get so confused with that fan song. Yeah, you say to me, I love you. So yeah, who said it? The road said it, now you say it. I love you, that's it. Lovely, good. Anyone else? Kiss Jane.
So, I find the courage to be sacred. I'm trying to think right, quite nice, around
What?
and then
Good. Good.
And I also felt the energy, and I felt it growing all the time.
Beautiful, Jane. What you saw there was me nearly disappearing, which is very, very true. because when you leave the body, you can say you have gone away. Yes. And you saw the kaleidoscope of light and then the very bright light, white light. Now remember, there's only one light. And the one light being refracted shows itself into different colors. Going through a prism, it appears as different colors. And the different colors is the manifestation of the manifesta. So the manifesta is the white light and all the other colors through the prism of manifestation shows itself in different views and different tints and different colors. Beautiful story. What did you see? Come on. Mustn't be shy with me. I'm your grandpapa's grandpapa's grandpapa. Yes. Different? On my face, yes.
Yeah, the yellow and the green.
Yeah, right. Yes, it's the same type of experience that Gina had. Lilac is a very high spiritual color. Lilac, purple, gold, blue, white. It was a very high spiritual color. Green is a healing color. This is very good too. Nice. Anymore? Okay. Sorry. It's faster than
I was changed code on. And I told him and go last line. And I thought I was in God home. And I was very and I didn't know and the third he got
yeah. That is the energy which you felt in the room. And energy does manifest itself a lot as heat or warmth. And as you go through the universe, it's not every place that is lit up. There's darkness too, that you've got to go through. And there's so much darkness in this world, as you would know. So therefore you saw the white light and you saw both sides of it. Because the entire universe has to work in polarities, white and black, and sun and rain. And so that was a very good picture you had. Donna is next, I think. It's okay. And then, Donna?
So with the Chinese boyfriend, they go with a long...
China and
It was like the face of a woman.
yeah.
So clear. Everything is sensitive and dirty and everything is a lot of dirty. And it becomes an action with the microphone with the grass like that and the doge but with the red.
Beautiful.
I was thinking like marriage.
Lovely.
I found my eyes at the door and first and to do some very I think I have the force for a
Merging.
So your eyes are very satisfied. It's exactly I didn't know he was blind. I didn't know so that's your eyes were I did go into my mind. Only because the bottom I understand I can do it's okay. I couldn't talk
Very good experience, very good experience indeed. The most important of it all is the feeling of emergence. It's most important. And the colors, the golden light, that is, you saw the light that's emanating from me. And what other experiences do you mention? Yes. Yes, in other words, it means that you were looking with the ajna, the third eye, the inner eye. Very good development. Yes, very. You want to say something, my son? Come on, you must not. Son, my daughter, you must not be shy. Be brave. Very good. Very good. The Bible, when you show me the Chinese features, that was one of my past lives when I lived in the body of Lao Tzu. Ron.
Would you, your 13 years of occasion, one night at night, as the sacred quiet. Also, that might be fabulous, a lady, a black dark girl, with a you. And then you came to them to a young man.
To a young man.
The voice of the face was the same. It was holding hands. And then like our baby, you took the chair. And then the white wife, this is white, and then the girl. And then I thought you were taking my eye. I thought you do not want to go straight or off. No, I have to say.
Okay. Now that feeling of falling asleep is because of the calmness that energy produces. So one can doze off, quite natural. And of course, the explanation to your experiences are the same as that I've given Jean. How many of you here felt a peace and a warmth in the heart? Put it in. Practically everyone. And you? Do you feel my? Put up your hands in. That's right. I love children, and children love. Pardon?
Yeah, I love what you love.
What they love? See, children and animals are innocent. You know, their minds are not cluttered like grown-ups. Yeah, for example, if there's a dozen of us, and this has happened over and over again, say if there's a dozen of us or 20 of us sitting in a room and an animal walks into the room, the animal will come straight to me. And even children, they would. Because they instinctively feel the love. That's what you said. It is. And that's what the Bible says, be innocent as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. What? Good. Anyone else? Yes, David.
I saw your Chinese, and I also thought I saw some Mexican.
No, it was not a Mexican one, really. It was the time when I lived in the Inca civilization. You must have seen that. Good, good. That face one you saw of Christ, we won't talk about that now. There's one picture I wanted to bring with. Perhaps the next time I come to Ireland, I will have it with me. Since I was a child, I've been, as soon as I close my eyes, I see this figure, and I knew inside me it is the picture of Christ. So, it's very difficult to give a person a description for an artist to draw it. And it's with me all the time, the figure of Christ, this picture. And so in America about 2 years ago, someone introduced me to a Captain Niles. He was not only a police captain, but also a lecturer. Oh, you're right, madam. Good. He was also a police lecturer in, what do you call those composite pictures? Identikits? Is that what you call it here? So you spend about at least 4 hours with him. And they have these slides with thousands of eyebrows and eyes and noses and lips and shape of the faces. And in more than 4 hours, he came quite near to what I was seeing all the time. And then we went to a very, very good artist. And I spent about 4 or 5 hours with him and supervising him. I said, this a bit higher, that a bit so, this a bit so, cheekbones to that so. And then of course this picture was made and reproduced. And the next time I come, I was really remembered to bring it along so you could see what Christ really looked like. All these pictures we see of Jesus around us in churches and everywhere, those are nothing but artists' impressions. And these are not true pictures we are seeing. So next time I come along, I'll bring it to you. And so you could really have an idea, to really see what Jesus really looked like. The Shroud of Turin is a falsity. And when I come out with my next book on the life of Jesus, I'll describe all that in there. That shroud that they found, Shroud of Turin, that was another man that was crucified at that period. That sort of face you see in the shroud is not Jesus at all. Well, there are so many details because Jesus did not die on the cross. He only went into a coma. He lived to the age of 73. That's a different subject, and I wouldn't like to discuss it now. What did you see? Come on, tell me, my darling. Okay? Huh? Did you see any light? No? Oh, never mind. Did anyone see me as a young boy?
About friends,
Uh-huh.
very,
Oh? Did anyone see me as an old man? It was a walrus moustache. Aha. Yeah, I better start growing one. Yes. Anyone else before we adjourn for the evening? Let's go to this time. You better go, my darling. Good on. No, yes. I will feel up. Hold my hand. My Lord, we leave that to this one. Stand. You'll get it. No. You and Uncle can bring that later. I'll get it on here. I will get it on. Really very follow how this is, and every day she can have a practice, continuous way walking with heart,